We can't win with just labor alone. We need allies and others we share common ground. Whether they're progressives, environmentalists, immigration advocates, voting rights, or consumer rights groups, we all share a common roadblock: money in politics. The rise in money in politics has resulted in the decline in private sector unions from a peak of nearly 36% in the 1940s to just above 6.6% today. Unions decline tracks with the decline in real wages and the squeeze on the middle class. But while the wages for the majority have fallen or stalled, the incomes of the richest 1% have dramatically shot up. CEOs are getting paid much, much more. In 1980, a CEO made 42 times that of a median worker pay. Today, it's an outrageous 354 times the median worker pay. Reversing this trend is tough, and we face massive corporate spending on the other side of the table. Big business spent more than $7.7 billion on political lobbying and campaign contributions. That pales in comparison to the $237 million unions combined spent. All those billions of corporate dollars in politics affect democracy. With the cost to win rising, politicians are hearing more from the donor class than from working families. Working families suffer as lawmakers give short attention to issues that will help them, like raising the minimum wage, EFCA, call center legislation, and eliminating the reverse Morris trust. Big businesses and CEOs are reaping the benefits of their huge political contributions. They've gotten lower tax rates, estate tax exemptions, deregulation, and laissez-faire government. Big Pharma got a $3.7 billion return in its millions in political contributions. It's kept government cost-cutting efforts at bay and blocked competition. How did we get here? Conservative, business-leaning Supreme Court justices helped. In 1976, the court decided in Buckley v. Vallejo that money equaled free speech and reversed campaign spending limits. 2 years later, the court ruled that corporations have the right to make political contributions in First National Bank of Boston versus Bilotti. The big money floodgates really opened up in 2010 when the High Court ruled in Citizens United that government cannot restrict independent expenditures by corporations and others because of free speech. Now in McCutcheon versus FEC, the court is set to lift the contribution limits on individuals, clearing the way for millionaires and billionaires to push their agendas. The solution to get big money out of politics is threefold: public financing, a constitutional amendment, and disclosures. The public financing campaign, dubbed Government by the People Act, would give a $25 tax credit for small donations. It would also provide a public match for these small donations and lower matches to give working families a real voice. The constitutional amendment to reverse Citizens United is gaining steam. 16 states and 500 municipalities have passed resolutions stating corporations are not people and money is not speech. 145 members of Congress support it, but it needs 2/3 of the House and Senate and 3/4 of the states to ratify it. And the public needs to know who is funding politicians. Changes are needed in SEC rules that would compel companies to disclose their political spending, as well as state and federal laws. We all need you to take action. Reach out to lawmakers about this issue. Join Common Cause and state campaigns for political contribution reforms. Participate in reaction to the McCutcheon case. Post a statement about the need to disclose on the SEC website, and stamp your dollars and host a stamping party. Through this movement building process, by reaching out to other groups, we can succeed in making the change for working families.